Hi guys, welcome to ReConfidence with Paps. And if this is your first time, karibu. And if you're coming back, good to see you again. And we've been having this journey of abuse series, and this is the third episode. So if you've missed the other two, which was a bit of what does abuse look like, and then the second one was a bit of what do you need to take responsibility about and what is within your boundaries when you're going through abuse. Today, we're going to focus on if someone is going through abuse, someone that I know, someone that I care about, someone that I love and I'm journeying with, what can I do to be there for them in a helpful way? And how we shall title this is Leading Change Through Abuse. And why? It's because one of the things you need to understand when someone is going through abuse, it is their journey, not your journey. And so the only thing you can do is coming alongside them as a supportive presence, but not taking the journey on their behalf. And so there are 6 things you can do so that when that person is going through that process or they are going through that situation, you are there for them in a helpful way, but at the same time, you are allowing them to take responsibility for their journey. And so leading change, I want you to think about the word leader. Number 1 is L, and L will be listen. You need to listen and listen and listen. And what do you listen to? Number 1, listen to the words. Listen to what they're repeating a lot, because that could be an emphasis of where they're feeling stuck. Listen to the tears. Listen to the body language. Listen to everything. Listen to even how they show up, or sometimes they don't want to show up. Listening is very important. And someone said that when you listen, you've actually solved 50% of the problem. And there's so many people who are just looking for someone to listen to them. And that is the best thing you can do to support someone who's going through abuse. Just listen. Just be a presence that is helpful. And even if you don't have answers, you don't have solutions, just being there in terms of the gift of presence. Just be there. Listen to them. That's a very powerful way of helping someone who is going through abuse. And then number 2, you need to empathize. First of all, it's not your journey. It's their journey. And empathy is different from sympathy. Sympathy is, I give you my shoes, I walk barefoot. Empathy is, I'm like, excuse me, can I wear your shoes for 5 minutes? And I just walk in them. And empathy is something you're able to give someone even if you don't have context. And empathy always looks like asking questions and just being there in a way that when I am empathizing with that person, they can actually feel my presence. They feel like I'm not judgmental. I am not blaming them for what's happening to them. I'm actually there in a way of we are journeying together and I can feel what their shoes feels like. And so even if you've never been through abuse, you don't know what to say, empathy has to do with, I understand, I care. Can they hear that through your responses and through your presence? Empathy is that. And then number 3, affirm. You know what? Affirming is magic. It's like it brings out their superpowers to just know that they can do something about it. And affirm what it looks like. It's being able to tell them, I believe in you. You can make it through this. I've seen you, nailing harder situations than this. And probably even if you've not, you can just affirm something you see in them. You can affirm something they did right. You can affirm even the fact that they've trusted you and came and told you what's happening in their lives. And so affirming is just a place of reassuring, and it helps bring out the superpowers in that person, because probably in the process of listening and empathy, they are already feeling we share themselves, they are wallowing in self-pity, and coming to that place of affirming encourages them to realize, you know what, there's actually something good about me. And then number 4 is direct. And what direct means, you need to show that person, like to direct them in terms of you are able to do something about this. And direct is being able to start brainstorming with them options of what they can do. And so in directing, I'm coming to a place of I'm like, yeah, you've gone through abuse, so where do you want to start? What do you want to do? So I've listened to you well, I've empathized with you, I've affirmed you and encouraged you. And direct is in terms of you can do something about it. I want to support you, but I also want to know what you see in this. And why? It's because everybody has answers to the challenges they are going through. The answers are always within for that person. And so when you're thinking of directing, it's being able to see that this person can actually be channeled in the right direction. They will actually be able to know what to do. Or even that time, they actually know what they need to do. And then enlist is now brainstorming down those options, which is the 4th step you take. So you've already done listening, you've empathized, you've affirmed, you've directed, and then now you come to the fifth space, which is enlist. And the enlist is now being able to look at who else is needed to solve this problem. And why? It's because you also deflect that responsibility of you being the only person who can help them. For example, if someone has gone through sexual abuse, they need to see a doctor. They need to see a therapist. They need to go to the police station. So start brainstorming who should be enlisted to help with this process. You may help with the enlisting and probably even with showing up in the different spaces with them. Sometimes you may not, but enlisting is powerful because it points them to other places where they can get help. Is there a shelter that can help them? Is there probably a place where they can, a rescue center? Is there probably, if they have gone through abuse, is there relatives that can probably help them, or people you can put them in touch with? If it's a child, who are their guardians, and also the school situation, how can they come in? And so when you think about enlisting, it's now looking for where do we get further help? And then the last stage, which is very important, refer. Sometimes I may journey with someone and I feel like I don't have the capacity, I don't have the resources. Sometimes I don't even have the time or the energy to be able to journey with them in the best way that they deserve. And referring is being able to realize there's someone else who can help them better than they do. I'm a life coach and I still refer people because sometimes I'm like, there's someone else who can do a better job than I would, and it doesn't make me any less. And so referring means that sometimes I need to call someone else and bring them in as an introduction factor of someone who can journey with them in a more helpful way and probably in a more impactful way. Because by the end of the day, it's not just about me being the star in their story. It's about them being the star in their story and everybody else who is helping them to shine. And so those are the 6 ways you can journey with someone who is going through abuse in a way that helps them and leaves them in a more empowered place to be able to deal with whatever it is. And always remember, it's their journey, it's not my journey. My responsibility is to come alongside them. But just remind yourself they're the ones who are walking the journey and I'm willing to support them at their pace. Ciao, my name is Paps Wanyugi. I'm your partner in creating the life you desire and deserve. And I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye.